Mga ate at mga kuya, welcome back to Kuya Puto's channel. So, nalulungkot po si Kuya Puto ngayon dahil meron akong napanood online and it's a very, very sad story. It involves a fellow kabayan. He's 23 years old and inagawan po siya ng buhay. So guys, dito sa Canada, we were always been regarded as one of the safest countries in the world. And for the most part, totoo po yan. Dahil dito na ako lumaki. No? Mid-80s, nung lumalaki po kami, nung bata ako, you don't hear anything about violence. Okay? You don't hear anything in the news. You don't see anything. Talagang everything is just very, very harmonious, right? Everything is safe. You know, we would leave our bicycles outside. Our doors would be unlocked. Sometimes, minsan nga naiiwanan pa namin yung garahe, yung door ng garage open and nothing happens. Nobody steals anything, nobody bothers anybody, there's no signs of any type of wrongdoing or violence for the most part, right? But I noticed, guys, in the last 15 years, mga ganun, things started to change, you know? I understand, dati po nung lumalaki ako, nung bata pa ako, growing up here, there's not that many people compared to our population now, right? So there's more people. So, you know, as the population explodes, it's understood that a lot of things also go higher, like the crime rate, right? So enough about that. Marami po nagtatanong kay Kuya Puto, is it still safe dito sa Canada? And you know what? It's news like this one that I saw and watched that makes me start to think otherwise. Panoorin po natin tong video clip na to.
Huli na ng Toronto Police ang inihinalang suspect sa pagpatay sa isang Pinoy sa Toronto. Isang linggo na po ang nakakaraan. Alamin natin ang iba pang detalye mula kay Paula Sarasa mula po sa Toronto. Paula, may kaso na rin bang isinampa laban dun sa suspect at sino ang suspect sa pagkamatay ng ating kababayan?
Ron, sinampahan na ng kasong second-degree murder ang suspect, pero may limitasyon sa ngayon sa pagbibigay ng impormasyon sa hinihinalang responsable sa pagkamatay ng ating kababayan. Nasa kustodiya na ng Toronto Police ang pinaniniwalaang suspect sa pananaksak sa 23 anyos na si Yoyos Magdirila sa North York, Ontario. Sinasabing menor de edad pa ang suspect na sumaksak kay Magdirila, isang linggo na ang nakakaraan. Walang ibinahaging detalye sa posibleng motibo ng krimen at hindi pa masabi ng mga otoridad kung ito ay random attack o sadyang tinarget si Magdirila. Bago mag-alas 10 ng gabi noong September 24, rumesponde ang Toronto Police sa isang tawag ng stabbing o pananaksak sa kanto ng Yonge Street at Hendon Avenue sa tapat mismo ng Finch Subway Station sa North York. Dito natagpuan ang biktima na duguan, kritikal ang kondisyon at may life-threatening injuries. Sinasabing nag-collapse na lamang si Magdirila habang tumatawid sa gitna ng intersection. Nakunan pa ng litrato ang mga sandali na siya'y sinusubukang isalba ng mga first responders. Naitakbo pa ang biktima sa ospital pero binawian din ng buhay. Walang ibinigay na detalye ang pulisya kung ilang saksak ang natamo ni Magdirila. Hindi pa malinaw sa ngayon kung paano at saan nagsimula ang pananaksak. Pero may mga dugo pang nakita malapit sa entrance ng Finch Subway Station. Hindi naman maaaring ilabas ang pagkakakilanlan ng hinihinalang suspect dahil sa Youth Criminal Justice Act ng Canada.
So guys, it's really unfortunate. Si Kuya po, he's only 23 years old. And he was a victim of stabbing. And unfortunately, namatay po siya because of the injuries that he sustained from the stabbing incident, right? It's really sad. It's really, really sad. Lalo na po, kabayan natin, right? At 23 years old, hindi pa po nag-uumpisa yung buhay nung bata. You know, he had the whole world ahead of him and it was cut short because of violence. It's really sad po. It's really, really sad and I feel for his family and his loved ones and his friends. See, things like this shouldn't happen, pero it happens po. And it's one of those unfortunate results na nangyayari dahil, the population explodes, right? More people, everything goes up, including the crime rate. Nung pong bata ako, wala kayong maririnig na ganyan when we were growing up. Like I said earlier, like I mentioned on the beginning of this video. But now it seems like it's becoming a regular thing. Sa Toronto po, it's a very big city. It's a very busy city. And there's a lot of things that go on. And there's also different pockets, neighborhood-wise, right? There's like the expensive pocket. There's the not so expensive pocket. There's the safe areas and the not so safe areas, right? There's always going to be pockets where there's just trouble, right? And man, what can I say? It's a really, really sad thing to witness, especially to somebody so young, di ba? Safe pa rin ba ang Canada? For the most part, I still think that it's still safer compared to most other countries. Galing po ako originally sa Toronto. And when we moved to a smaller town, Brantford, where we live now, I hated the idea. And it's always been our goal to move back to the big city, right? And when we finally had the opportunity to move back and stay there, I chose not to. Dahil I started to see and I started to acknowledge as parents to young children or younger children na Toronto, where I grew up, is not the same city as what it used to be when I was a young guy, a young boy. And I'm not saying Toronto or the big cities are bad, but I just feel a lot safer away from the hustle and bustle. Dahil, there's more distractions, there's more activity. I guess it's just me getting old now as well also. I just want quiet and peace. And quiet and peace, you're not gonna find that to Toronto. Okay, not in most areas anyways, because it's way too busy. So, safe pa rin po ba ang Canada? Yeah, I still think so. I tell my kids all the time, I try to teach them the best I can to don't look for trouble, stay away from trouble. If you know that if you're familiar with certain parts of the city where it attracts a lot of unsavory people, stay away from areas like that. But then sometimes po hindi nyo maiiwasan talaga, even though you're not looking for trouble, trouble finds you. And I'm thinking maybe that's what happened to Kuya. So it's really sad, but ganun po talaga buhay sometimes, It's really unfortunate. Yung disgrasya po pwedeng mangyari kahit saan. It doesn't have to be in Toronto. It doesn't have to be in a small city. It doesn't have to be in a big city. Okay? I guess kung nasa palad niyo po talaga na ganun na mangyari, ganun po talaga mangyayari. I believe in fate. Okay? But then, it does help. It would help. It would help a lot. If you steer away from neighborhoods or situations or people that may or will result in unfavorable events. So I know this is a sad upload, but I just wanted everybody to see that Canada is not all rainbows and sunshine. There's a segment of it that is not so nice, that a lot of people tend to not talk about or showcase, right? So, sana naman po, meron kayong natutunan kahit konti about Canada in this sad little video of Kuya Puto. And join me in the next one, guys. This is Kuya Puto wishing you good night, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Stay hungry, stay humble. Keep your hustle strong. I'll see you in the next one.
Itanong mo sa akin kung sinong aking mahal.